In this video, we will look at how to configure the Customer Relationship Manager or CRM elements within the web portal. The CRM is available to Register Plus customers and comprises of customers, appointments, and text reminders. In order to access the CRM features, you must have at least one Register Plus license assigned to your account. Please speak with your solution provider if you would like to upgrade to Register Plus. There are a few steps involved in configuring your account to use CRM. These are enabling CRM in the profiles, creating the lists of items to be included within your customer data, create a list of items to book appointments against, edit the appointment type list, customizing the data recorded against each customer, selecting the appointment resource type, configuring the text messages, and finally, configuring devices for Register Plus. The first step in configuring the CRM is to enable it within your profiles. To do this, click Config from the top bar and Profiles from the submenu. Edit your profiles by clicking the pen icon and click General Settings to expand the options. Click Yes on Enable CRM, which is located in the General Settings group. After making this change, scroll down and save the profile, then click the Close button. Repeat this process on all your profiles that will require the use of CRM. Next, you need to think about what information you want to record against your customers, which we will be setting up in a moment. If you want to record some information from a list that is pertinent to your business, you must first create these lists. To create the lists, click Config from the top bar and Lists from the submenu. Now create the lists that will be required. In this example, we will create a list for child's primary interest, which includes arts and crafts, construction, games and jigsaw, outdoor, and roleplay, but this could be anything relevant to your business, such as dietary requirements, hair colour, and skin type, to name a few. To create the list, click the New List button, give your list a name and give the list a unique code that you will remember for later, and click Save. After creating the list, you must then add some items to it. To do this, click the View Items icon on the appropriate list and click the New Item button. Enter the item name and click Save. Repeat this process until you have entered all the items for this list. When you have completed your list, click the Close button to return to the list screen. From here, you can repeat the entire process to create additional lists as needed. Whilst we're in the List section, we will also create a list of items that we can book appointments against. By default, appointments are booked against staff, but in this example, we want to book appointments against rooms, so we will quickly create a rooms list. The final list to be adjusted is the appointment type list. When booking customer appointments, you must select an appointment type to book against. By default, the system only adds an example appointment type. Click the View Items icon for the appointment type and add your appointment types, which in this example will be consultation, birthday party, and education visit. Now we have added our lists to the system, we will go ahead and configure what data to record against customers. To do this, click CRM in the top bar and click Customer Fields in the submenu. The Customer Fields screen will display all the data elements recorded against a customer. Register automatically creates a standard set of data to get you going, most of which can be disabled if they are not required. The Customer Field table details each of the data elements. You can edit each one by clicking the pen edit icon, disable and enable them by clicking either the cross or tick icons, and delete customer fields using the trash can icon. The table details the name, the type, which will either be system for auto-generated or custom for fields that you have created, the format of the data element, such as text, date, or list, and finally, the status, which will either be enabled or disabled. To create a new custom field, click the New Customer Field button and complete the customer field form. You must first give the field a name and select the format of the data, which includes date, time, text, number entry, image, lists, text entry, and a yes/no option. Then tick if the data is a mandatory field. After entering all the information, click Save. We will now go ahead and create a few custom fields, including child's name, child's interest, which will use the list we created earlier, and toy club member. To edit an existing data field, click the pen edit icon. This will load the same customer field form with the information preloaded. You can change all elements of a custom field, but only the name in the system field. To disable unwanted fields, simply click the Disable cross icon. To re-enable a customer field, click the Enable Tick icon. Some system fields cannot be disabled, such as customer code, first name and last name, as they are required by the system. To delete a customer field that is no longer required on the system, simply click the trash can icon and confirm the action on the message prompt. Finally, you can change the order the fields are displayed within the customer form. To do this, move your mouse over the field name. The mouse icon will change to some arrows. Simply click and hold the field name, then drag the field to the desired position. This allows you to move the data that is critical to your business towards the top of the form. Now we have all our customer fields set up, we can move on to configuring what appointments are booked against. By default, Register will book appointments against staff members on the system. If you would like to change this to something else, such as tables or bays, you must first create the list of items like we did for custom fields. The appointment bookings are configured per store. To change the bookings from staff members, you must edit the store details. To do this, click Config from the top bar and click Stores from the sub-menu. Edit the appropriate stores by clicking the pen edit icon and click the appointment resource type. Here, you can either select staff, which is the default, or any of the custom lists you have created, which in this case will be rooms. Click the Save button after making the change and repeat the process for any other applicable stores. Now we can move on to setting up the text message reminders for appointments. Register can be set up to send customers up to 3 text messages at pre-configured times to remind them about booked appointments. To configure the text messages, click CRM from the top bar and click Message Settings from the sub-menu. The first element to configure is the name you want the messages to come from. Simply enter an appropriate name with a maximum of 11 characters without any spaces. Now we can move on to configuring the messages. As you can see, you can send messages for appointment confirmation, appointment changes, 2 separate reminders, appointment cancellations, and finally a birthday greeting. To configure each message type, click the drop-down and select Yes. The message text template will then be displayed. Feel free to customize each message or use the defaults. You can use auto text placeholders such as first name, last name, appointment date, and so on. These are then populated by the system automatically. You can see a full list of these by clicking the Info button. Appointment change messages also have configurable triggers. You can choose what type of appointment changes will trigger a text message to be sent to the customer. Enter your message details as you did before. For the 2 appointment reminders, instead of selecting Yes, you select when the appointment is to be sent. For example, send the first message a week before and the second the day before. Appointment cancellations are configured in the same method as confirmations, with a simple yes and the message. Finally, you can also configure the system to send a customer a birthday greeting. This is only done if you record the customer's birthday, which is a system field within the customer fields we saw earlier. Below the message template is a summary of how many messages you have remaining. When you have finished configuring your messages, click the Save button. We have now configured the CRM. The final task is to check the appropriate devices are configured to a Plus license to ensure they can access the CRM. To do this, click Devices on the top bar and check the Devices table. Devices using a Register Core license will not be able to utilize the CRM. To change a device license type, click the pen edit icon and change the license type from Core to Plus. Note, you must have a Plus license available in order to do this. After completing and update data on all the tills, the new CRM settings will be applied, which we can see here now. Further information on how to configure your CRM can also be found in your user manual, and if you still have any questions, please get in touch with your solution provider who will be able to offer further assistance.